Hey guys! So I'm doing a soul rebirth journey today for Stacy, and we're going to be focusing on helping her with severe depression. And Stacy, you shared quite a lot of information with me, and you talk about the severe depression. You're trying to pinpoint what is the cause of this, and you were saying that you were suffering from severe postpartum. Your daughter's 7 years old, and you don't feel like you fully recovered from that. And that's about the best thing that you could put your finger on. You'd mentioned too. This is very interesting as well, and I'm just going to share it with you viewers because I'm going to be doing a spiritual journey healing for Stacy. 60 minutes of healing and wisdom, so we can help get to know about this severe depression on the energy side of things, and then I can do my part to transform those energetic patterns to help you feel so much better. Okay, Stacy? And part of what you shared, which I think is really fascinating for anyone watching this that also has severe depression, it's interesting when we don't really know what is the cause of it. Because you had mentioned there's no outwardly logical reason for my depression. I have had no trauma in my past or present. I had a great childhood filled with family and friends. I have two of the greatest parents one could ever hope for. I have a large, close, extended family. My daughter is perfect, a wonderful little girl, and my hubby has supported me in every way. And that's really awesome. So to get to know why this is a part of your experience is definitely something we're going to explore here. You'd also mentioned too some goals when it comes to being able to visualize or imagine. You said this is kind of a side thing, but you said it's been a lifelong issue. I have no ability to visualize or imagine. I have watched you tell people to imagine a beach, see the sand, the water, what color are they, etc. But I don't see anything. I can think of a beach, but I can't see it. I know it's not normal, but what's worse is that my daughter recently told me that she can't see either. I have never said anything about this to anyone before, so she's not just repeating after me. She said it completely out of the blue. So we're also going to explore see if anything comes up related to this as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and relax here. And Stacy, thank you so much for your open-mindedness to share this session with YouTube. It's really awesome when we can get to know what other people are going through and to see how that looks on the energy level and see how spirit is inspired to guide me through that energy work. And everybody's different, so your version of depression is going to look different for you than for somebody else. So I'm going to go ahead and relax, Stacy, and we're going to get focused on you right now. And we're going to see what comes through. Okay. So I'm just relaxing now. It just keeps coming up to the surface, this feeling of being a failure, okay? And it comes from your upper gut, and it goes ping like a ping pong ball, or like a pinball machine too. It just goes straight up through the heart, through the throat, up into the head. I'm a failure. It does that. And why is that here in this emotional gut? How did this manifest? This idea. Yeah, your gut region is really, it's got a lot of dark energy, and dark energy is really, I hurt inside. And when things hurt on the energy level, they look black, they look tar, they look like they're full of tar. They could look like anything, but yours looks black and goopy and full of tar and clogged up, that sort of thing. So that's your upper emotional gut here, okay? So it's like we have a stomach to digest food. We also have an energetic stomach to digest emotions. So that's what we've got going on. And your daughter and your heart are really like your heart and your daughter, like it goes heart daughter, heart daughter, heart daughter, heart daughter. And your daughter is like a really bright bulb, like a really bright light, like a total angelic emanation. And then it bings back and forth between your heart and her, how much you love your daughter. And remember, it's a reciprocation. She loves you too. So always remember that, okay, Stacy, that what you're going through, she loves you, okay? She's a part of your life because she loves you so much. And so you love her and she loves you back, okay? And actually feel that loving connection between you both in your heart, all right? So you've got a depression, but your heart, there's like such a beautiful glow going on. So that's just another detail I'm telling you. So let's see what else we come across here, okay? This is a jarring thing. I'm just feeling it here. I'm in your spiritual atmosphere, so I'm just feeling out your energy balance, and I'm coming across a jarring thing, and I feel it jarring my whole body, and it jars me in my gut and in my heart. My heart doesn't necessarily feel totally like jarred up. It feels breathable, and the reason why your heart is breathable is because of your daughter. Otherwise, this jarring feeling like is really in the gut more than anything. But it seems to kind of jar everything, like kind of stall out everything in a kind of a tight way. So I'm just experiencing a jar right now. And your daughter her energy is so beautiful in your heart, and it's almost like a part of her spirit or her angelic side is helping you through this. It's almost like a part of her heart prayed or ask God to, or ask heaven to help my mom. That I feel that she too is part of the helper team to get your soul through this. So it's like, is life a predestined event? Sometimes I experience it as a full-blown yes, but I still choose to believe that we have choices in the process. In this moment here, it's like a full-blown predestined event. So your soul knew it was what it was signing up for, and says, I want to work on this. Like the best we can do to realize that I want to work on this could be a trillion things, okay? It just so happens that all the ingredients of your choices and the way your life has been circulating is bringing these events up to the surface. So you're really pulling up to the surface some influences, depressive influences, and your daughter is sort of signing up to help your soul through this, okay? And even in a human world, it's almost like she emanates prayers to help my mom. Because she sees. But that isn't a sad thing. That's because she loves you that much. And don't feel like you're a failure or you're failing her at all, because you're not. You're doing everything right. And you're working on this with her. And you're letting her help you through this too, in your own connected way, okay? So she actually is like wanting to be kind of part of the healing. And your heart actually has a huge glow, and she's a big part of that. So I'm experiencing her angelic side as wanting to help mom with this too. So she's very spiritual as well. I know you mentioned about the ability to see. Well, you're a feelings person, and I'm also a feelings person. And some of us, like for instance, what I psychically see is all manifested from my feelings. My feelings tell me things. So my experience is much like a bat going through a dark world. And the bat uses this sort of sonar or whatever. It sort of bings things back, and it like echoes back information about, there's a tree here, there's an insect, there's all this stuff going on. I'm like that in the energy world. So I'm sort of like a bat in the energy world, and I just send signals out and whatever comes back to me, okay? And this is what's coming back to me. And you struggling with severe depression means that you struggle with your emotions, okay? So your psychic gifts are very much so in your emotions, and hers very well could be too. And I always feel things psychically. And what I feel psychically creates the image. I don't necessarily see anything. So just to tell you that right off of the bat, it seems like I see a lot, and Joe and I, like I work with my companion Joe, and he doesn't get it how I can do this work without seeing anything. But I swear to God, it's like a bat. How do they know how to fly and get the bugs and not run into trees and stuff? They can. I do it too. So you can do this. You can do this without seeing as well. You just feel stuff, okay? Your daughter, you are feelers type, and your daughter's just like, she's just lovely. That's all I know right now. So let's just see what happens next. Give yourself way more credit. You need to give yourself way more credit. Because you're kind of inside of a fist, and the fist is really clenching you tight. And the tighter that it clenches you, it's suffocating your ability to give yourself credit. So the I am a failure idea, that is kind of, it becomes more powerful. The I'm a failure feeling becomes more powerful when you're stuck in the clench. And the clench suffocates your ability to say, I'm doing the best I can, or I am enough, I love myself. So even when you are to say positive affirmations, it's really hard to get them through because you're clenched so tight right now, okay? So if we can relax that clench, get some breathability going on, you'll actually energetically start to experience the power of your affirmations. It's interesting because we live in a world where, it's like, really, affirmations have power? Are you serious? I see it in the energy world time and time and time again. Yeah, they really do. But you got to stick with them. You can't just say, I love myself and you just say it one time. How many times in a day do you say, I hate myself, or I'm a horrible mom, or I homo, like whatever, because of what you're going through, Stacy? How many times? Because you said it in your writing that you feel that way. But is that the truth, So you're feeling that way, but is that the truth? And would you give yourself permission to feel the opposite of that, to feel that you are a good mom? Did you give yourself permission to do that? So your entire ocean, the motion of your ocean is bringing in the tides of the clench, all right? I'm failing as a mother. I can't get it together. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I don't only have so much energy. I can't get out of this. It's bringing in the tides of those types of repetitive feelings, okay? And those repetitive feelings just feel like they're the reality, and they're shutting everything down, and we feel like we're dying inside because of the clench is suffocating you, okay? Because depression is a disability, and it disables everything, and it keeps you in the illusion of what you're going through, because the truth is everything is in the balance, everything is peaceful, everything is wonderful, everything is amazing, okay? But are you able to access that truth? Because the truth is hard to feel when you feel the motion of the ocean is, all of this hurt and suffering, and that is really jammed up here in your emotional gut. Now, if I, Abbey, can help to shift that pattern the opposite way and give you tips on how you can do that yourself, and perseverance helps too. But you have to start doing the hardest thing possible, the one thing that you wouldn't do. The one thing you wouldn't do, we start with not the action, the physical action, we start with the emotional choices, okay? The emotional choice that you wouldn't do when you're depressed is to feel how beautiful you are. Remember, you're in a feelings-based nightmare, all right? So you got to transform a feelings-based nightmare with feelings-based heavens, okay? Heavenly feelings, okay? So you got to choose to feel, you got to battle this with the feeling that you are beautiful, with the feeling that you are a good mom, with the feeling of how much your daughter means to you, the feeling of how much your hubby means to you, it's the feeling of how much you love your parents, with the feelings of, okay, love. So right now I'm just supposed to tell you that because I got to start activating a shift in how you're choosing to work with feelings. Why are you attracted to working with feelings that are going to suffocate you and bring you into this place? We got to understand why you're attracted to that, because that too is going to help us get you more attracted to feelings of love and the truth about yourself. Why would you not give yourself permission to feel loved, and to allow yourself to feel all that other stuff? Where's that coming from? Okay, so I'm just going to go through the layers, and whatever I'm called to tell you or energetically remove, then I will do that. Okay, so your emotional gut is totally it's heavy, it's dense, it's been a long time. So let's go in here. You got an aura, something around your aura that is blocking something out, okay? I can tell there's a strange, like a orb that you're inside of, and it's got a reddish color to it, and there's like a creamy outline, and then it's got like all these weird hairs on it, and it's like sending information out, but it's blocking information from coming in, okay? And you're kind of on the inside, and you're not getting the energetic nourishment that love provides that you need to be healthy, okay? Because to grow up and be a healthy, happy person, because you're still growing up, you know? We're always still growing up. And even as adults, we need to grow up into being healthy, happy people, because we're always still growing, you know? So here we need to heal this aura, okay? Let's see what happens next, all right? Okay. And you need to know, the next thing I'm supposed to tell you is you have a really beautiful heart, and I can feel how beautiful your heart is, and it's more, this time, it's more than just your daughter. I'm deeper into just you, okay? We're going to experience just you. And you're kind of putting your daughter in your heart too much. Let's let her have her life experiences and make her own life choices, okay? I know she's 7 years old, but there's something about you're overly trying to shield her. Like, there's too much, like what your depression is creating, it's somehow she's in your heart too much. So we need to keep a balance between you both. This is actually a good thing, because she doesn't need to be in your heart on this level. You need to allow her to have a little bit of room. Instead of saying I'm ruining her life, you don't get to say that. You're not, okay? Just continue to be you. You're doing a wonderful job, and you're going through a really hard time right now, and you're having a severe emotional nightmare, okay? More emotional nightmare. And she's here to help you through it, but she's also here to live her own life and just be herself. And as a 7-year-old, she's just going to be herself, and her being herself is the healing that is just emanating into your life and helping you to make decisions and see yourself in this way, okay? Let's let her live her life and make her own life choices, and it's not all your fault. Okay, so there's something about her in your heart on this level. I need to pull her out so we can let her have her part, and then don't feel something about your fears or concerns about her and your depression and her is creating more vulnerability in your heart. Okay, so we're going to bring balance to that. All right, this is hard. You are telling me I can't take her out of your heart. And I'm saying that's not me saying you love her any less. That's me just simply giving you permission to realize that your daughter is going to be herself and live her life in her own way. She has her own purpose and own life path. And it's time now for you too to experience your life purpose without feeling too intertwined, because there's something emotional connection here in the heart that is instigating more of this depression, okay? So we got to get balance in the relationship. It's fascinating because the really awesome soulmates, mother-daughters, can be really awesome soulmates, you know? It's not just, I'm in love with you. It's like, I love you so much because you're my daughter and I'm your mother. Those two can have weird, balance, like we got to balance the love, right? And sometimes we overdo it, and sometimes like we push it away, and like, you know, so we find parts of our soulmates in our hearts, and sometimes that brings us out of balance, believe it or not. So your soulmate is your daughter. You know, that's what we're looking at here. You actually have a soulmate connection with her. It's really beautiful, but that doesn't, me removing this part of her soul essence is not, it's actually going to help your relationship. She doesn't need to do anything more than just be herself, and the love is still there. The love is still there. So I'm talking this part of your consciousness still. Let's see why it feels vulnerable about this and how this happened in the first place, if I can gather that information. Okay. All right. So this is a vulnerable part of yourself. You got many, many parts of yourself. This part of you is coming forward, and she's really angry at me. She's like an angry, motherly grizzly bear. She's telling me, how dare you take my daughter away from me? That's what she says. Oh man, this is really hurting my heart. and it's creating the clench in the gut. It's pretty intense right now. And it's creating like a, I don't want to hear it. There's like a screaming sensation. I don't want to hear it, but that's coming from the mother bear, the mother grizzly emanation, is she doesn't want to hear it. So there's a screaming inside of her own head, while she's also mad at me for this action. So let's just see. Okay, gosh. All right, we're loosening stuff up here. You have another really tight rubber band between your emotional gut, and it's slightly through the heart, not really big time, but it's coming up here into the mental body. It's really, 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 really tight. So we'll just keep going through the layers. Okay. Calming things down. Man. This one's pretty intense. Whatever this is about, I'm just helping to ease up that really, really tight rubber band. It's like so tight. It's amazing that you can even have your head up. Like it's just like so tight. It's just like pulling you down, really bad, really intensely. And it's kind of, the heart's kind of there, and this is going on, but this is really between upper gut and head, okay? But the heart is still kind of sensitive to it. Okay, we gotta just let the anger out. We gotta let the venting happen, okay? So your body's gotta do some venting. I'm talking to your physical body too. I'm saying, physical body, I know you're just the vessel for all of these energetic body communications, so we're gonna help you feel better, physical body. So I'm telling that to your physical body. So everybody's relaxing. Still trying to talk to Mother Bear, but I can't, I can't get to her just yet because of all this stuff that's suddenly coming up here. Wow. So the next image I see is you're all wound up, and your gut is so wound up in your heart and your throat and in your mind, like really wound up, and it's bandaging. It's like tightly binding you to all these energy bodies, and it's wrapping like a cord around the necks of all these energy bodies and suffocating them all. It's got really tight rubber bands, and there's lots. Like, they keep showing me a mummy that's been bandaged up. It's all tightly bound. Everything is becoming really tightly bound. So your emotional gut is tightly binding around all your other chakra portals or energy bodies, okay? And it's suffocating them. So it's extinguishing their ability to breathe. So you've given a lot of power to your emotional gut. The power should always be in your heart, okay? Because heart brings balance to everything. Heart does. And sometimes we need to balance out the heart as well, but that usually happens when we've got something else going on in our mind, or we see something that breaks our heart, and so we need to mend it. But the heart really is the heart center. It's like the central, like we want the boat to be like at the helm, the heart to be the captain of the ship, you know? So right now we're working on this. Like your stomach is the captain of your ship. So your emotional digester is like running the boat, and it's like, it's clenching everything, it's choking everything out, okay? All the while your daughter's in the center of all of this, and she's actually not. It's you who the idea of her is all in the center of all of this. So you somehow are like somehow all of these sort of reactive things are happening, and it's happening around your daughter. She's actually living her own life in her own world, in her own 7-year-old way, and she's wonderful, and she loves you so much. But in your world, in your your unique experience, something has manifested an extreme reaction. And you've got all this binding going on, and your daughter is in the center of it all, okay? That's actually in your reality. That's not in her reality. That's all your reality. So don't feel like you are destroying her life. Something about her is triggering this, and it's reacting all this stuff. So you saying you had severe postpartum, there's something about your connection with your daughter that has blown up some sort of reaction here, okay? So I would define it as that would be a very good way to define what this is coming from, but let's keep going through, okay? So again, you're not like imprisoning your daughter inside of your emotions, but your emotional body is showing me your daughter is in the inside of all this bandaging, and your emotional gut is like, it's okay. How do I describe this? Is it trying to protect her or trying to destroy her? It's freaking out on a level where it doesn't know if it's trying to protect her or destroy her, and it's just like constantly like because she's creating so much trauma that your energy bodies are like this. You in the conscious level love your daughter, but your emotional bodies are reacting. Okay, emotional body, all these bodies are are a part of something going on beneath your consciousness. Okay, and then your daughter is in there. Again, I have removed that part of her from your heart. So it's like a little piece of her soul was in there, but that might have been something she gave to you to help you, because she loves you enough that she would give you a part of her soul to help you feel better. But I'm actually giving it back to her and saying your mom's got to do your mom's thing and you got to do your thing, and the love is always there. You don't have to give a part of yourself to anybody for the love to be more there than it already is. So I'm just taking, that's already done. This is a new thing, okay? This is a new thing. Man, it's freaking out. Like, how would I describe the way this looks? And we have a mummy with a lot of bubbles, bubbling pockets all over on the inside. So the bindings are getting stretched. And there's like bubbled out parts all over the mummy. And sometimes the wrapping isn't smooth. And sometimes it's like knotted up and pulled tight and it's all jacked up. And then on the inside, there's a bubble on the inside with your daughter in it. Just a little bit, tiny version of your daughter inside, okay? All right, and you're choking in your throat. And your mental body is really doesn't even know how to process what I'm showing your mental body right now. Your mental body is like, oh my God. And I'm like, I know. It's the craziest like energy reactions that I don't see it on this level very often. So you're a really unique case. I'm really glad to be helping you today. So your mental body is just like what? This is what it looks like. And I'm saying, yeah, like, this is it, man. This is how it feels. So mental body's like, I don't even know what to do to fix this. And I was like, it's not your responsibility, mental body, to fix this. We're going to let heart help us with this. We're going to let Stacy's higher self help us with this. Mind, you just relax, take it easy. You don't have to be the solver of all the problems, because ego sometimes likes to think that it's got all the solutions when it just needs to relax. And we need to let the heart come forward, okay? And then emotional gut really needs some healing, okay? It needs some tender, loving care. And nobody's doing anything bad here, actually. Nobody, believe it or not, your emotional gut is actually just responding as naturally as it ever needed to. We don't know why it chose to be like this. At this time, I don't have an answer for why this happened. It just did this because it says I need to be like this in order to feel good about myself. But really, it's taking the wrong approach, okay? So we're going to just continue to love all of your energy bodies for as they are. Nobody did anything wrong. You guys are doing a great job. And we're just bringing everything. We just love everything. And just relax it all. So I'm just relaxing it all, okay? You need some air, man. I'm like, you gotta breathe. You need breathing. Energy bodies need breathing. I'm getting some air into there. Putting a little mouth here on your third eye. Getting a little bit of air in there. Getting air, actual energy air in. Getting air. Getting air. Getting air. And just get air to all of your energy bodies. Put a little mouth on them. Let them breathe. Okay. Do you ever so like people who get like an anxiety attack or a panic attack, they have a breathing, like suddenly they're like can't breathe. That's actually what's going on in your spiritual atmosphere. You're having like a panic attack in your energy bodies. So they're not able to breathe. So now the energetic air, because there's energy air just like there's physical air, energy air is getting balance, okay? To all the energy bodies, we're just giving them ability to breathe, all right? Because of the clench that I told you about, suffocating everything until it suffocates the life out of you. So we're just letting everybody breathe and relax here. Man, you're a mess. That you literally look like a mess. You're all like your body and all these streams of wrapping and the bulbousness and the you're just like a blob of a person. Like you're not standing tall. It's just like everything became gooey substance. It's just kind of molded into a glop on the ground that has substance, that has a round head, but it's just all a mess. It's all a mess. And so that's what I'm looking at here. But it is a much better reflection of a mess than where I was. So we're going to continue to help you feel better, okay? And this is everybody's breathing and relaxing, and that's all they can do right now is this. This is the best structure we can do right now because we're going to relax and breathe. And I'm giving them permission because I'm your like advocate of love here. And that's me being you, giving yourself permission to relax and breathe. Give yourself permission to feel how beautiful and wonderful you are, okay, Stacy? We got to change the motion of your ocean, okay? We're going to start feeling positive things. Feeling positive. Not just say it, feel it. The truth is you're a wonderful mother. And feel that truth, okay? That truth gives you air, all right? Gives you energy air. So just continue to let that truth be your energy air. Wow. Things are moving here, but just be gentle with it first. I'm just going to continue to be gentle with it. You're starting to turn into like a pea green soup, but there's yellow in it too. And you're still kind of a squishy substance. And you kind of got arms and legs, but you're all smushed into each other, and there's a head kind of here. And it's just starting to come into actually more of a solidification, believe it or not. And you're not so pea green soupy. You're starting to turn into like a form. So that color's going away. Man, there's so much beneath the surface of this. Okay, huge disorienting energy shift in your mental body. That's actually a positive thing. That's because your energy is moving and shifting. Emotional gut is extremely exhausted, which it should be. Throat here is wondering what in the heck is going on. Heart is wondering, who am I? And what have I done? I tell heart, be patient with yourself. This isn't anybody's fault. There's no fingers pointed anywhere because there's nobody's fault involved in this. This goes deeper than we as human beings could understand. Somehow stomach, emotional gut felt like it was its job or its purpose to do this, and it just got way out of control. And you weren't able to help everybody else, heart, so just you're doing a wonderful job, okay? Again, you emanate back to me that my daughter, you're very worried about her. And you emanate like my daughter has been kidnapped. They took her from me. You emanate these types of messages to me. Even though that's not the truth right now. No, nobody's taking your daughter. Your energy bodies feel that she's been taken away. So is that giving birth to a baby and your body is like, where'd the baby go? Is the onset of the postpartum? You know, I still don't have an answer to this, but the energy bodies are saying that. So let's just see what happens next. You're screaming at me. You hate me. I've taken your daughter away from you. Still saying that to me. I'm calming you down. I see a version of you in a hospital room and you're literally screaming at the top of your lungs. Your face is turning like a bluish green color. And you've got a teddy bear in your arms and you are just literally like, like this in the space, because that's how your energy body actually openly and honestly feels. It feels that way. So now we can understand why your stomach is saying, oh my God, and is freaking out and suffocating everybody. So let's just continue to go through the layers, okay? Okay, you are really like kind of self-damaging here in this scene. Because as I relax her, she becomes disoriented in her mental body and she starts doing things that are not herself. So I don't know. One of the ideas is she takes a match and then she lights the match on her forearm. Like, she just keeps doing this. She just lights another match and lights another match. And there's a tiny, like, hurt to it because you gotta tightly do it to get the match to light up. Like, she's lighting a match on her very own skin. Like, this is not okay. This is not okay. Like, she's creating, like, self-harm. And she just seems mindlessly just, like her only response, all that I know to do is just light a match, and I'll light another match, and I'll light another match. So this part of yourself is just sort of like lost its mental balance kind of thing. It's just having a reaction, like a psychotic reaction right now. But it's venting, okay? So we're just gonna allow this to happen, but I'm helping her to come back to herself and take a look at the matches, take a look at what's going on here. She's starting to puke out a pea green soup, is what she's doing right now. She's kind of turning like a scary, like a scary movie, with the possessed girl, the exorcism. She's starting to like have a pea green puke, and she's starting to look really messed up in her eyes and just like possessed. So this is a hurt part of yourself, okay? We don't know why, it just is. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to encourage it to share. Whatever it feels, it just needs to share that, and we love it for as it is. Just continue to share. Because eventually she's starting to exhaust enough that she can't really share anymore, and she's starting to stop hurting herself, and the scary behind the eyes is kind of drifting away, and she's collapsing on the bed. She just like collapsed backward on the bed and is just sleeping right now is what it's like. Oh man, you got a lot going on in here. You've let this one go for a while, and so there's time involved with this. Time means that you've had a lot of time to create structure, and so breaking down structure, we just do it a little bit at a time. It's like we got to mend that 7-year wound, okay? So if you get your leg amputated, it isn't gonna just heal overnight. Like, we got to just go through the layers here, and we're just gonna mend this wound, okay? Because it's a big wound. It's a seriously big one that we're doing really good so far. You will actually notice a shift in the way you feel after this session. All right. She's still asleep. Everybody is silent right now, and it's kind of like a creepy silence because there's been so much noise. And so I'm just waiting right now to be shown the next thing. Something disorienting happening in the mental body. It's a huge energy shift that just like information or energy is just flowing into the head. And the head is just processing it right now, and it's an exhausting thing. You're not mad at me anymore for taking your daughter away from you. You actually needed to have that event happen. And you say event is me just simply allowing your daughter to be your daughter and you to be you. But somehow that triggered a lot within yourself. And postpartum is really, there's something influential about that being what is the cause of this, but we still don't know why. You and your daughter have a really beautiful soulmate bond, just so you know, but I still can't get to what's beneath the surface of all this stuff yet. So we just keep going through the layers, okay? We just get to know as best as we can at this time. I'm a failure again, very not as briskly, okay, with vivacity. It's like I'm a failure. Ping. I'm a failure. Ping. So it's pretty exhausted and worn out. That idea is getting exhausted and worn out. Because it will actually, because your energy bodies are self-realizing that I'm a failure is has created some harshness going on here, and it's too exhausting. It's too much. I can't work with that idea anymore. It's destroying me. Underneath the surface, something about your daughter here, so it's not there. I'm not feeling it right now. It's not saying it's still here. So I don't feel that upset anymore. So just go to the next thing, okay? I'm going to just go to the grizzly bear woman. Let's see if I can find her. Let's see if she's still there or if she's transformed and just doesn't exist because we healed that. I'm bringing in a baby. My intention was to bring in your daughter as a baby and hand it to the mother grizzly bear, but the baby ends up being you, okay? And I'm handing you to the mother grizzly bear. But the mother grizzly bear is not really a grizzly bear at all. She's very sweet. She's transforming into like a adorable, like grandma looking figure. I mean, she's too adorable to be real. She has really beautiful rosy cheeks, and she's just like the cutest grandma ever. And she has her hair pulled back tight, but she has a little like cute thing on her head. And she's kind of dressed like a cute old woman. I don't know, from like a fairy tale or something. She just looks adorable. She's holding this baby in her arms. She's so cute. She's got lipstick on, and she's gonna kiss this baby, and the baby's gonna have lipstick kisses all over. And then so grandma then hands the baby back to you as a mother, and now the baby is your own daughter, okay? Oh gosh. Sorrow, there's emotions coming up from the stomach, and it's entering into your mental body, and you're exhausted. You're just so exhausted. You're just so exhausted. Ugh. I can feel, it's unbelievable exhaustion. Let's see if we can understand it beyond this exhaustion. You're just not ready to hold the baby yet. You're just too exhausted. It's like a mother just gave birth and she just can't hold her baby just yet, kind of thing. But the exhaustion isn't necessarily physical or from childbirth. It feels energetically like I am so beat from life, kind of thing, that I just can't hold my baby right now. I'm just too exhausted from life that I cannot hold my baby right now. It just keeps feeling that way. And the throat too, it just sort of like emanates vibrations, but it just can't, something about the throat just can't seem to come into balance yet either. And the heart and the emotional gut, it's like everybody feels so exhausted. Everybody is so exhausted. And we're releasing a little black like cannonballs. They're a lot smaller than a cannonball, and there's like hundreds of them plopping out of your energy bodies, and it's all the upper gut and above, okay? And there's hundreds of them, little black balls coming out, and you're basically laying on your stomach face down, and they're just plopping out from inside of you, okay? Man, I'm telling you, the extreme exhaustion right now, Stacy, is like, wow. It is extreme exhaustion. It's not, sometimes I enter into like really dense layers in people's spiritual atmosphere, and clearing dense layers out is exhausting for me, but this is exhaustion on a level of everything about you is exacerbated. Like it can't, it's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. It's just emotionally exhausted, mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. Like everything is exhausted. And it's not about depression anymore. It's about just sheer exhaustion, okay? A lot of stuff coming out here. Okay, let me see. Let me see here. Something new wants to happen, but the exhaustion is just still there. So it's hard for the new thing to come in when everybody's so exhausted. So we just wait a moment here. New thing is a positive thing, just so you know. And your daughter's not a part of this. Everything that she's not a part of this right now. It's what we need to do to help you, okay? Feel better. And I really, again, they emanate. Your daughter's just being your daughter, and we're just gonna let her be who she needs to be, however she needs to be it. And you are exactly the right mom, and you're doing everything you need to do right now. So you don't need to do anything more than this. Just be yourself and be proud of yourself for what you have gotten through thus far. Okay, this was not intended to be easy, and look at how far you've come. All right, so today's the first day of new things. All right, I'm pretty convinced you're going to be feeling shifts from this, because I can feel it. All of those bandages aren't here anymore. Everything being roped up and tied up tight is not here anymore. Everybody's given the opportunity to just simply be themselves. So mental body, just mental body. Throat, just throat. And they're all trying to figure out what in the world just happened, because energy flow is happening in a way they haven't felt in a long time, and they're self-realizing, and they're saying, what the heck? Wow, I've been so tightly bound up, clenched up, suffocated, that I'm self-realizing and saying, oh my God, I can rest. I can breathe. It's like a collapse, Pretty normal. I would expect that to happen. Still resting. Everybody is still resting. You're lying on your back now, and you're sleeping very comfortably, and no more exorcism things, no more lighting matches. It's just totally relaxed right now, and you're in a sleep state, very deep sleep state. And something weird happens, and an echo comes to me that you want me to create a serum that we're going to inject into your veins that will put you to sleep, like a dog, or a cat that's very old. We'll just put him to sleep. You asked me to put you to sleep for life. And so obviously I can't do that. I won't do that. And in fact, energy work, I work with love, and that love is actually going to help you come back to life within yourself, okay? Not new life in heaven kind of thing, but back to life inside yourself and self-love and all that stuff. So, but I'm just standing here smiling. Of course, I'm saying, no in a gentle, loving way, but let me see here. Okay, there's a darker part of you that feels that you should be punished, and you're starting to turn black. Every part of you, your skin's going black. This dark part of yourself is in your heart coming out, and it's really mad at me again, and it says you deserve to be punished for everything you've done wrong in your whole life. You're ruining people's lives, kind of thing. You are the problem. You are ruining people's lives. It's a pretty dark idea, dark feeling, okay? And this can get really wrapped up into depression too, because depression is whatever we can do to emotionally debilitate you. That's what depression is like. So I'm not surprised to see this coming out of here, okay? Okay. She hates you. She hates me, but I'm the one that's also emanating you, so she hates you. She feels like you need to die. She wants you to die. Just die already. Why won't you die? Why won't you end your life? You can't even do that, right? Can't even end your life, right? She's a very convincing depressive feeling, okay? So if you felt this way, that would make anybody feel really bad. So we're just letting her vent. She's like a tumor in your emotional gut and in your heart, an energy tumor. She's sort of sucking the life from you. And it's a she. I ask her, what makes you hurt the most inside? Is it the truth that you're actually a beautiful angel? Is it the truth that you are a kind person doing the best that you can do? Is that what hurts the most, is acknowledging that you're actually wonderful inside and out? It starts to become like an acidic burn when I say loving things. It burns her, and she doesn't necessarily scream from it, but she's reacting. But it hurts to hear love, to hear, which is to feel love. It hurts to feel love. She's really struggling. The cancerous part is really struggling. She knows that hearing and feeling love is exactly what she needs, but she's in so much pain that it actually burns to feel and hear love, and is burning her. So I actually cup her in my hands and I take her out. You're like a pool of water right now, and she's like a sponge that I'm taking out of your energy body, okay? And I'm sort of in a medical room, so I'm putting her on a tray, and it's like a cancerous tumor, but it also looks like a sponge. And I just took it out of your emotional gut and heart portals, interconnected. So I just setting it on a silver tray here, and I'm a doctor of some kind. I'm gonna examine it. That's kind of what I'm emanating here, okay? And I tell you, you need to rest, and you need to have no expectations for 6 months. It's like doctor's orders. You will rest and you will recover. It's like 6 weeks or 6 months. Like, it's a long period of time. You are going to rest and recover. No, you will not do anything for 6 weeks or 6 months. Like, it feels like a long time. Okay. Okay. Energy shift going on here. This tumor is getting so small in the tray, it's almost totally disappeared. Because it isn't really real, We gave it life force energy, it did its role, it was an energetic cancer. We removed it, now its role is complete. So, what now? Heart portal and emotional gut are again breathing for the first time. You have a lot going on still. But, something weird, I'm going to let them breathe. There's something weird about on the back side of you. There's a weird structure with the head, the neck, shoulders, all the way down. So I'm just going to try and remove that attachment. Let's see. It's like somebody built a shelving unit on the back side of you, but they're not shelves. It's just like a structure attached to your backside, the whole backside of you, okay? From above your head, like to below your feet kind of thing. It's a structure attached to the backside. Oh man, this is disorienting as well. You are on the mend, so you need to rest and relax after this session, okay? Okay, just a moment here. This one doesn't just pull off, alright? It's stuck because it's attached, and attached means attachment. So we gotta work with it a little bit. This is one you would love to just rip off, like do a whole new remodel, but you're not given the tools to do it. So it's stuck, and you're stuck with it, and that's all I can tell you about that. Because you keep showing me you want a crowbar and you want to try and pry this off of your back, but you have no crowbar and you have nobody to help you, and it just stuck there. I say there's nothing stuck there. I give you permission now to state there's nothing stuck to my back. There's no attachments on my backside. Wow, this already is loosening it up and just making it disappear. It's the stomach again is manifesting an idea that there is a problem, but there isn't a problem. It just wants another reason to hold on to why life is so terrible. But we've got to change that program, okay? Because anytime the ocean is moving in the direction that life is terrible, I'm a bad mom, etc., we change the direction of the ocean, all right? So that's not the truth anymore. And the truth is you're wonderful in every way. You're a great mom, and you're doing everything you need to do. Not just to say it, but to feel the love, all right? And to remind your stomach that we're digesting love from here forward. And we're going to work for hours and hours. Your job right now, most important job of your life right now, Stacy, is to choose to digest love all day long. So like you got the responsibility of being human, but now you have a new exercise, and it's just simply every single time, like every day, as many times in the day, just talk to yourself very lovingly, okay? And anytime a negative comes to the surface, you're gonna say, there's that negative. You're gonna look at it and you're gonna transform it, okay, into a positive. So if the negative says, man, you're terrible at everything or whatever, because negatives can be really bad like that, you're gonna say, thank you for your opinion, but the truth is I'm doing a really great job, and I love myself enough to actually say that I am doing a really great job, and I'm a great person. Bam, that negative art is suddenly dissolving. You just popped that bubble, and you digested more love in the process, okay? So whenever a negative comes out, that's just because your stomach is giving you a cue. Please give me some love food, okay? I maybe what you could say is every time you get a negative feeling, that becomes a thought or an idea or whatever, but it's really a feeling, okay? As a negative feeling, you're going to go ahead and identify it. It's the alarm clock going off, it's buzzing, and saying, give me love, give me love, give me love, but it's going to come out as a negative, okay? And the negative then is your opportunity to, I heard the alarm clock go off, I've got a negative feeling going on right now, and I'm going to nip that in the bud immediately. And I'm going to say, the negative feeling is this, but the truth is, and stomach, it's just because I love you, and heart, because I love you, and mind, and all this, and Stacy, it's because I love you. And you're going to say that to yourself too. You're going to say to yourself, Stacy, I love you. And you're going to use this opportunity to give yourself another love food, okay, for your stomach. And you're going to create a new pattern that's going to tell the stomach that you are love. I am love. I am love. And you're going to keep on repeating the truth, okay? Stomach wants to let go of the structures that it's building. Stomach tells me I might do this again. How do I know? How are we going to ensure that I'm going to stop? And I say, well, that's why Stacy has the ingredients here to make the recipe of love that's going to heal her life. So stomach, if you have a vulnerable moment, vent, okay? You need to vent. And there's going to be some days where it's going to feel very hard to do the exercise, but do the best you can with it, okay? Just go ahead if the stomach vents and you say, thank you, stomach, for this upset. And I'm going to go ahead and transform it into a positive. Someday, Stacy, I'm going to tell you, because this is a 7-year-long thing, this energy work is giving you a huge boost, and it's actually going to give you what you need to conquer this, okay? All by yourself even. So you're going to have days in the process where life just is one of those days. We all have one of those days. And we all, like if I'm stressed out, I'm going to eat that bowl of ice cream because it's one of those days, I just don't care. I'm going to do that. One of those days when you're conquering a severe depression like this, you could go onto a binge of ripping yourself apart. So again, okay, go easy on you, go easy on yourself. And if you happen to go into a binge of that kind, just work as best you can through it. Acknowledge that it's happening. It's okay to even talk to your hubby about this and just say, hey, this is what I'm going through, and I'm working through this, and you've been so supportive of me, and I'm having communication. I'm having one of the moments. Can you tell me? Can you hold me? Can you tell me, something positive that can help me to release this, because it's kind of building up right now. Now you're working with the people that matter in your life and allowing them to help you, which is actually going to strengthen your bond as well. And you need to realize you're not alone. Your daughter loves you as well. Kids are in their own kids' world. So to try to help them understand what you're going through, they'll see mom is sad kind of thing, but they won't know or understand it like on a technical level like an adult would, so just tell her you love her and give her a hug and just do the best that you can, okay? from the get-go, I'll say this energy work, it's going to be processing for weeks, okay? Which is the cool part about this. But the first 3 to 5 days, usually people are sleepier the first 3 to 5 days. You might notice immediate improvement, or you might have like a Hertz reaction. I don't know. Hertz reaction is love is doing its job, but it hurts a little bit before it feels better. So it's like I just scraped my knee, got to put a little peroxide on it and a Band-Aid, and then it's going to start feeling better, right? So we got to go through like a process of healing. So I don't know that if it's a Hertz reaction, it usually lasts a couple of days and then it'll pass through, okay, as it processes, because you got a lot of stuff tightened up that I just released. And new energies could be coming up to the surface, and they could be, because you're a pool of like infinite water, all right? So I clear a lot of junk out of there, and you're ready for more love, and it could potentially bring some seaweedy goop up to the surface, and it's gonna feel worse before it feels better, kind of thing. But that's just because it's able to get out now. So just allow yourself to relax, stay very positive and loving. And be gentle with yourself. Go easy on yourself. Okay? Go easy on yourself. Drink lots of water. All right, so let me see here. All right. So your heart is a music box. And it's a heart-shaped music box. And wow. Instead of you playing a song for your daughter to sort of help her fall asleep at night, your daughter actually opens your heart and allows you to play a song. But she's opening the music box to help you sleep at night, or to help you heal or feel better. She's really, it's almost like she sends prayers or ideas or tries to come up with ways to help you feel better, because she's doing that right now. And she's wanting to tuck you in, playing the music box, which is going to help you feel better. So you're like the child right now that needs to be nurtured. And so she's like playing a parent role in this image, okay? And so it is. You become a child and she becomes a parent, and she gives you a really big hug, gives you a kiss and says, everything is going to be okay, Mom. Kind of interesting, but she does call you Mom. Everything's going to be okay, Mom. I love you. I'm going to put a little bit of my love in your heart. That's what she says. I tell her, you can put a little love in your mom's heart every day if you want. I'm just reminding this part of herself that she doesn't have to give herself to you, so to speak, as the cure or the solution. But to remember that she, in a way, it's almost like the way that you're worried about her, she's worried about you. Like, I have to do something to help my mom. I have to do something to help my daughter. So she's giving a part of herself to you to help you. But really, she can, I love you, sharing love from heart to heart. But I'm just going to analyze this a little bit more, because I don't want her to give a part of herself in a way that's going to bring an imbalance kind of thing. So I'm just going to watch this. She actually dissolves into a tiny little ball of light, and then she goes into your heart and closes the door and says, I live in my mom's heart. And I say, okay, I don't see your daughter anywhere now. She says, I will stay in my mom's heart until my mom feels better. This is also, this says help your heart feel better. So she expands her light and she creates an orb of light in your third eye of her soul. Her soul is now in your third eye, healing your third eye and healing your heart, okay? And she creates another orb of light that goes into your stomach and heals your stomach, your emotional gut. and she goes into your eyes, and your eyes have tears, and she's inspiring your eyes to glow. She is inspiring your spinal column now to glow with white light. She is inspiring all of your energy bodies, even your divine feminine space. She's glowing with light. She's going beneath your feet and above your head and glowing with light. Her soul is. And she's surrounding you with light. And she's releasing a weird bag. It was that weird aura. It was like a bag, putting a bag over your head and closing it. She's removing that. She says, I will help my mom feel better. I'm going to ask her if she feels it's her responsibility to help you be happy, or if it's your mom's responsibility to help herself be happy. She says, what does it matter? I love my mom. I say, okay. I'm at peace with this. So your daughter is entirely glowing within you and helping you to feel better. And she's like an angel helping you to feel better. And she's dissolving a lot of more grit and dark, goopy energy. And you start to cry and you say, you're too kind to me. And she says, no, I'm not. I love you. She says, you understand how much I love you? She asks me, what if I don't stop doing this because I love my mom that much? And I say, oh, that's your choice. It's almost like she's saying, I will keep doing this as long as I want, and I will keep doing this to help my mom. Even if a part of me, there's some sort of, there's something here about balance. When I find there's balance with balanced relationships, we gotta stay balanced with give and take. And sometimes, there's something about she's giving all that she is to help you feel better. And then she wants to do that. So I can't not let her do that. And I think that's a really kind, beautiful thing. That's such an angelic thing to do. I just want to make sure that you're going to keep yourself in balance, is what I say to her. She says, I can stay in balance and heal my mom at the same time. I say, okay. I actually really like that. That's pretty cool. And then the question is then, Stacy, how do you feel about that? Do you want your daughter's soul to be in your spiritual atmosphere, sharing all of her love and light with you, to help you feel better while she's simultaneously living her life as your 7-year-old daughter? Do you want that? Your soul actually says yes. Because you feel the love and you know the connection, and you know that you need loving help right now. But this is in the spirit realm. This is a little different than the human world, while simultaneously it can be very similar to the human world, okay? So you're just resting and she's sharing all this light with you. And I tell you, there's going to come a day where you're going to have to let your daughter bring her light back into herself so she can start living her life for herself. Because your light's, you got to learn how to bring your light back into yourself so you can start living your life for yourself. And then you guys can share your lights with each other. Instead of giving your light all of her light to you. There's something about that. She'll still have as much light as she needs, but there's something about this inspiration here. She just gives you, you're a mom now in a bed, and she's up here giving you a big hug, and it's like you're gonna fall asleep together. And she loves falling asleep to the sound of your music box heart. She loves you very much. And you're gonna have a lot to think about, and this session is going to massively help you in your life. I can tell. All right, that's all I can share with you. Oh, that's nice chunk of time. Okay. I'm just disconnecting from your spiritual atmosphere right now, and I'm coming back into myself. All right. Thank you, Stacy, for this experience. Thank you so much for sharing. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you all a wonderful day.